Hey guys, I am Caleb Giddings.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Jack.
And Jack is aware that he's on camera this week, guys. So that was a comment we got on the last episode. And I'd like to start this episode off by dedicating it to the guy who called us all undercover snitches on the last episode. You can go fuck yourself, buddy. All right. So anyway, we have a very interesting episode for you guys today. If you follow the news, which I hope you do, yesterday, both on Gap Daily and on Tactical Life, we talked about Remington reaching a settlement agreement with the families of the Sandy Hook victims to the tune of $75 million. And before we get into this, to kind of head off the stupidest of the questions, this does not apply to any of the extant Remington entities right now. So Remington Ammo, which is owned by Vista Outdoors, and Rem Arms, which is owned by Round Hill Group, are not affected by this. The settlement applies to the entity of Remington Outdoor Company, which was the one that existed during the Sandy Hook trial or the Sandy Hook massacre. It's the one that went bankrupt and sold all its assets off, for a whole, you could do like 75 podcasts on what's gone on with Remington in the past 10 years. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about the settlement, and we're talking about the social precedent and the possible ramifications of this going forward. Keith, I hopefully headed off all of the dumb questions that we're going to get in the comments. Fingers crossed.
I'm sure there'll be something else, but you hit on one of the big points there, and that's something we wanted to address with this, because we've seen a lot of Remington sold out. We've seen a lot of things that are bad about Remington. Like, that Remington doesn't exist as a company anymore. That has been split up. All those assets are owned by different people anymore. So this is really just the liability side of things that's left over because this lawsuit was in progress. And what this settlement does, and one of the benefits of the settlement is, unfortunately, it creates a very dangerous social situation in which it's now okay for people to chase this down, and there's a contemplation of winning in a lawsuit. But because the lawsuit was settled and it was not adjudicated, a judge did not make and decide this. It was settled out of court. That's what the settlement is. There's no legal precedent set. There's been a social precedent set that these suits can go forward, but there's no legal precedent set that now there's a framework in place, thanks to a successfully adjudicated lawsuit, that if a shooting happens and all these factors are also in play, that there will be a giant payout at the end.
If you say adjudicated again, Jack's going to start quoting lines from Way of the Gun.
I was fighting so hard. They want to be criminals more than they want to commit crime.
So, and what's interesting about this is, and something that I talked about very briefly yesterday, is that the pattern for this lawsuit, what it does is it creates, to your point, it doesn't create a legal precedent, but what it does is create a roadmap. And it's a roadmap on how to run around the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act and successfully sue manufacturers, or successfully damage manufacturers by getting their insurance companies to make large payments.
And we've talked about the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act in the past on an episode, and that's something that the gun industry specifically has needed because of lawsuits like this. Because unlike big pharmaceutical companies or large vehicle manufacturers, who also have products that cause a lot of death and side effects, the firearms industry isn't swimming in that level of money to have that level of legal representation to protect themselves in that same way. There just isn't that much cash that flows around in this industry to protect themselves in the standard manner. So the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act is what this industry has been relying on in a lot of ways to not get like special sued because guns are bad. Okay.
Double extra sued. Jack, you look like you're going to say something.
I think one thing that we should keep in mind is nothing protects you from being sued.
Fact.
Like,
not even the PLCAA.
You can be sued for anything.
You can have paperwork that says I'm not allowed to be sued for this thing if this thing happens, and the other person can sign it and they can still sue you. Like,
you just get to bring that paper into the lawsuit and say,
yeah, hey, they said this, and that thing carries no weight with it. So I think we kind of get wrapped up with like, oh, it sets a bad precedent. Yeah, precedent matters, but to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotten to know a number of lawyers, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, same. It's painful. Some aren't the worst, they're just
we all
terrible.
like a net.
Then I remember she's a lawyer, and it's like,
right. You're like,
but nothing protects you from being sued. And if you are successful, you have a target. And people, not even the people involved, lawyers will go and seek out clients. They're not supposed to, but it happens. It's called ambulance chasing for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a pretty famous case of a guy being told to sue Tannerite after he blew his leg off. It's like,
wait, was that the guy with the lawnmower?
Yes, from my hometown.
No one is surprised.
I don't know that guy exactly, but like I know exactly where he bought it from.
And you like know his cousin, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like we've definitely eaten barbecue together. I just can't place him. I'll know next time at the barbecue / Tannerite shoot off, it'll be the guy missing a leg. But like I remember hearing from people like, yeah, he should sue those guys. I'm like, John Deere
being a dumbass?
Like, and he didn't. I don't want to put it out there that he did. He didn't, to my understanding. But that kind of mentality of like, you should sue is in everybody's ear about any topic of conversation. Automotive industry is dealt with it for
anytime
years.
injury gets involved, there's going to be someone in your circle who's like, you can probably get money out of this, even if it is entirely and totally the consequences of your own actions. The consequences of my own actions. They've caught up to me.
There's an entire not cottage industry. Hell, there's an entire industry of lawyers who specialize in suing companies specifically because they figured out where the right balance of a company would rather just pay you to make this go away versus fight you in court. And they know what that range of dollars is, depending on the type of injury, the company they're suing, and all of that stuff. And they make a living doing that. That's what,
Now, hold on. Both you guys were in the military, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that 3M ear protection actually is sound out of a massive lawsuit?
Hang on. I can't hear you over the sound of my... No, but
that tinnitus, it's kicking in.
With the, with regard to that lawyer thing, turn on your local morning news, and you'll get 56 commercials for lawyers who will fight for you if you're injured. There was one particularly egregious one where
drive anywhere downtown in Detroit. It's every billboard.
I'm not kidding when I tell you that not too long ago during the morning news, one of these, accident injury attorney lawyers used the oh no music from that TikTok that went viral in a television commercial. I wanted to yeet my TV out of the window, and it's a really nice TV. I was like, this is and my wife looks at me and is like, why are you angry? I'm like, it's just a fucking song.
I think like if we look at the automotive industry, how long has the automotive industry dealt with these lawsuits? And they don't stop.
No, they don't.
No matter what's in place, and the automotive industry has way more money than the gun industry has.
God.
Like, it's not even. I saw what an automotive guy who does my job makes. I was like, I should have paid attention to cars.
Yeah,
I should have cared about cars.
I have a friend who used to work for an industry sort of association in the firearms industry, and she left and does the exact same job for a different industry that isn't like it's not one of like a sin industry, so it's not gambling or guns or alcohol. It's like I think she works in cell phones. She makes triple her salary, and basically what she does is make memes now.
Right.
And I'm like, I should have paid attention in school.
Um,
Oh man. So anyway, PLCAA, we'll try to bring this back and then we can continue to talk shit about lawyers for a minute. One of the things that's concerning to me about this is it opens up, it shows a roadmap for end running the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. And people, you can call me paranoid if you would want that more of this is going to happen, except it already has. Because if you get in your little time machine and you go back to when two things happened, the Connecticut State Supreme Court ruled that Remington's, that the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act did not prevent this lawsuit. So how the PLCAA works is I make guns. Some dipshit gets one of my guns and shoots up a bus full of nuns. You sue me for negligence. I say, no, this suit should be tossed out under the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. A judge reads the suit, reads the PLCAA and goes, I concur, and it gets tossed. Or a judge can say, I don't concur, this is going forward, which is what happened with Remington, to the point that it got up to the Connecticut State Supreme Court, which ruled 4-3 that the suit could continue, specifically because they were targeting Remington's marketing at the time. Remington then appealed this to the United States Supreme Court, which chose to not hear the appeal, thus rendering the decision of the Connecticut State Supreme Court final. Almost immediately after, in like legal time, so almost immediately after to you and me means within the next 5 minutes. In legal time frames, I think it was about 6 months after that, the New Jersey State Attorney General subpoenaed Smith & Wesson's marketing records. So the second that the Connecticut State Supreme Court's decision created a legal precedent, that's an actual legal precedent, that Remington could be sued for its marketing, the New York State Attorney General subpoenaed Smith & Wesson's marketing records. Now, one of the big differences, and that case is still ongoing because Smith & Wesson is a publicly traded company that does have lawyers, and they were like, oh, let's dance. And they sued the state of New Jersey in federal court. So that's a whole bag of cats that's being fought out at the state and the federal level right now. But it is a roadmap that has been created that people are already using to attack legitimate companies based on their marketing. So I am fairly confident in the statement that you're going to see more of this. Like, it's just like, you know, what was it, 5-10 years ago, they figured out that that voters are stupid and ballot initiatives are a really good way to backdoor gun control in. And you saw any state that had ballot initiatives got one on there the next couple of years. They didn't all pass, but you find a strategy that works, you lather, rinse, repeat, lather, rinse, repeat.
You find the method that gets you the result you want, and it doesn't have to be an honest method. It just has to be the working one.
And I have to say, like, part of me also, you know, like, you know how sometimes when you watch a movie and the bad guy actually like does a good job, you're like, slow clap villain. Part of me is like, slow clap villain, because you found a way that works, and like, all right, you guys had your goal, we had our goal, you had better lawyers, you win this round.
Yeah, the terrifying thing is going to be when the smart lawyers get a hold of this and knock in more wins and knock in more settlements, because Remington defunct company, the company managing the assets and the final payout and everything like that, like that Remington is no longer Remington. It's a bunch of new companies and under new ownership and management now. But what happens when this comes back around to a company that's still in business, still functioning, but doesn't have that type of budget to absorb? That's going to be the goal moving forward with lawsuits like this, especially if they can attack the marketing. And we know a lot of smaller companies that do a lot more edgy marketing, let's say.
I'll just call it cringe.
Into the culture, and they are not going to have the budgets to absorb something like this.
I want to see somebody file a lawsuit against EAA for false advertising because they bought a Tanfo and it didn't give them gun legs. Do you remember Gun Legs?
Man, I sometimes I stumble through SHOT Show like looking at the banners and being like, a series of people signed off on this. There's an infamous ad series from a gun company that I remember being in the office, and I would like every time I would see a new one, I would walk over to the people in the office. I would go, "Who approved this?"
There's so many. I mean,
there's
EAA is my
a famous
favorite.
Floridian that had
Oh my god, the
frozen
guy.
one.
Remember the piss? Yeah, the piss mustache.
The piss mustache.
Piss
No,
mustache.
no.
For those who
Favorite.
will drink their own urine.
So there's that one, and then there's one where there's like a guy with like he's the redneckiest dude I've ever seen in a gun advertisement. Like typically gun ads try and be a little more Yellowstone, like sexy redneck, not like me, deranged redneck. This guy was like way further on the deranged scale, and he had a raccoon penis bone in his hat band, and I'm like, who allowed this? And everybody's like, what's wrong? I'm like, that man has a raccoon penis bone in his hat band. And they were like, how do you know that? I'm like, because I'm a redneck.
I am.
But this does not make me want to like
You know, as we sidetail, and we can talk about gun marketing because I think people are more interested in that than the PLCAA. I really, really want to be clear when I talk about EAA's marketing and how deranged and absolutely unhinged it is. I am not saying that in a bad way. I love their marketing. EAA's print ads and short videos and all of this stuff, they give me life. They breathe life and energy into me. And when I saw Gun Legs, the visual representation of how that came about was like this. Gun Legs! And then they did it, and that was it. Man.
I don't think it was EAA. I think it was it might have been Cavalry Arms. I don't know, but I remember wandering around NRA the first time I was there and looking around, and this was the same year as P Mustache. But then I make a 90-degree turn and I look at this booth, and it's just decked out medieval cosplayers on every poster, but holding like meme tier grade AKs and SKSs and everything like that. But it wasn't Tapco. I don't remember. Maybe it was Tapco, but I don't feel like it was Tapco.
I'm a nerd. Like, I'm a big nerd. I go to conventions. I cosplay the whole 9 yards. The amount of cosplay that actually happens at SHOT Show would shock most people.
Yes.
And it's not the tactical guys. It's not the guys that every dude's wearing 5'11". They all have the same beard. They all have the same tattoo. It is the cowboy action shooters.
Sir.
I'm not here to trash them, but it is definitely weird to be walking down the aisles of SHOT Show and Stinkfist McGee in a pair of like fake, like he's actually put dust on his like chaps. So
to make them like, look like used.
They're worn and stuff. And he like just wheels around on me with 6 revolvers on him.
The equivalent of battle-worn Cerakote.
And they're not the only guys. They're like,
no.
There's a little cross section of these dudes in like one little corner. If you've been to SHOT Show, you know exactly where I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the corner where Taylor's and Cimarron and all of the Western gun companies are.
And they're all there in like full duded up cowboy wear.
One year, Taylor's hired a dude like he's a professional gun spinner, which I didn't know was a job. And
I saw that guy.
And where was that guy at career day when I was in high school?
Right.
But he was, I mean, like, admittedly, the guy's really good. Like, he was like flipping, like spinning his guns and shit, and it was really cool. But yeah, he was in like a full-blown costume, and I mean like a B-movie Western costume. And I have to pause this real quick because I'm Googling as we're talking. Did you know that EAA actually made 2 Gun Legs ads?
There was a sequel?
Well, I'm not sure which one came first. So the Gun Legs ad that we think of is the one with the Tanfalaglia, the pasta blasters. It was
pasta blasters.
So she had the Italian semi-autos for legs. They did a second one, which I'll post a link to this in the description of this video on YouTube, for their line of bounty hunter revolvers, where she's sitting on a robot unicorn with gun legs. So she has gun legs because she's coming through a portal. You know what? Here, I'm just gonna show this to you guys. So I'm gonna post this into the friggin' chat window here in our meeting, because this is. I just click on that. I can't even. My brain cannot.
Man, there's a lot going on here.
There is so much happening with this.
I wish our main topic was about anything else so we could just run this.
Oh man,
this feels like something that one of my friends would make when they're like, what is Jack's job? And they're just like, this would be the joke. I have been in so many meetings where the words no bad ideas are uttered and we just throw things on the board. We've been there. I know me and Keith has been there, hour 6 of no bad ideas, and anything's going on that board. I cannot imagine I would say this.
How would you even say this? So if you guys are not watching the visual version of this, you know what I can do? Hang on. I'm gonna let the world see this thing. Hang on 1 second. Let me hit a freaking button. There's got.
We can definitely. We will roll this in. You will all enjoy this with us.
All right, here we go.
Why is she so pale?
Like share.
I can zoom in. Good.
Sakes. I have to first, before I can do this, I have to like
so
allow Zoom to share my desktop.
Here's what's messed up. I'm thinking about buying one of these right now.
I have one actually.
I would kind of dig 44 or 45 long Colt nickel finish. Yeah, nickel finish bounty hunter. That would also look cool in my shoulder holster as I sit in a. Oh, there it is.
Can you guys see my screen?
There it is,
yeah.
folks.
All right, guys. If you are watching this,
just look at it. Would you just look at it?
It's amazing.
Absorb this glorious marketing with us.
It's a lot going on here. The robot unicorn's hair is crocheted.
It totally is.
Okay, you know what? Whoever did this, bravo to you.
Yeah,
bravo to you.
It's well done.
You had the courage to do what no one else would. What's the other gun legs? Pull up the other gun legs one. Oh, we've gone.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, let me go get the other one.
Full JRE right now.
Yeah, Jamie, pull up gun legs.
Jamie, pull up gun legs.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna open this image in a new tab so we can.
Oh, she was once the robot, and then the unicorn also became the robot.
Oh, holy crap, guys! No, I just realized if you look at this,
girl.
Yeah, I gotta zoom back out. So. Hang on. My favorite thing about this photo is that somebody took a photo of a magazine and you can see their toes in it.
Classic.
It's classic ARFCOM. I actually, because I found this on ARFCOM, I think that might be intentional. So if you guys look at this real quick, she's going through the portal. All right. So right here we have the portal, and then here's the portal. What if these two ads were meant to be part of a 2-page spread?
Oh my God.
Like
that would be too much.
With Gun Legs 1 on the left side, because the portal is, you get that part of the portal, and then Gun Legs 2 on the other side of the portal, and you open it up and it's a 2-page centerfold Gun Legs spread.
1, I don't think we're allowed to say Gun Legs spread. 2, I'll never beat this. Like at no point I could be told to try and beat this, and I couldn't come up with something that's better than this.
You'll never make an ad that's better or more unhinged than this.
What is she
also
wearing?
The title of this episode is going to be Gun Legs, and also maybe the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act.
Can you know what? I just want to meet whoever did this. That SHOT Show 2023, the three of us head to the EAA booth and we get some answers.
Like, I want to know who approved
Who is
these
the
ads.
brilliantly deranged individual?
I'll put
who
it out
came up
there.
with that,
If we can find this person, I'll buy dinner.
Gun Legs.
right?
Gun Legs.
I just want to sit with you. I want to absorb your marketing power.
It's so, oh my God.
I
can't
need-
believe that I
need
didn't
to
know about
unlock this level of chaos. I need to.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know about the freaking cowboy action Gun Legs until just now. It's just what has even happened? EA's had some other fun ads, not that we're like, there's the, you know, they've had like the whole Mad Max vibe.
I was fine with that. I
That one,
was
yeah,
okay.
that's like their least deranged one. There's one where a woman has, wow, this one's pretty bad. Oof. I might have to start sharing my screen again. Oh, this connection is not private. Damn it. My security thing. This one is described as a sexy gun ad, and it is a woman with 4 arms in a bikini who looks vaguely coerced. I don't know how better to describe this, but and I can't get a version of it to pull up that isn't that my computer, you know, doesn't think has a virus. So never mind. Shame. Maybe hang on. We're just gonna try one little search. EAA 4-armed woman ad. Oh, damn it, it's still on the other one. Oh well. Anyway, EAA, we love you, for the record.
Yes.
Again, if somebody from EAA is listening to this, you guys are amazing.
If you think
the chaos
we
you bring
won't,
to our enjoyment in our lives.
yeah, if you think we won't dedicate an episode to how much we love your product, if you send us some, you're wrong.
We will. We 100% will. But it has to come with, I want you guys to make this 2-page centerfold of the Gun Legs ads now. Like I've seen it.
I'm going to put it out there. I know at least a few people that listen to this have some Photoshop skills, and there's a number of pictures that exist of all 3 of us. Please show us your best Gunday Brunch gun leg memes.
Yes.
Please bring me this.
We too want to be Gun Legs.
Bring me your finest memes. Make me into Gun Legs, guys. Oh, Lord. Well, I don't know how we're going to top the rest of this episode, so let's just end it. Thanks, everyone, for watching, listening. I would like to bring it slightly back to reality, and just, you know, remind you guys, you know, we don't really know what's going to happen with the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act or anything like that. These lawsuits come and go, and when we get more news, we'll give you the news. But that's it for this week. Thank you for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, uploading, you know, and yeah, send us your gun leg memes. That's the big takeaway of this one, is gun leg memes. That's it. You guys got anything?
To our one Google listener.
Oh, you found that guy,
didn't you? Yeah, I found you out, and I'm gonna tear this up real quick. But Tatzian.
I don't know. Did you say his name? Is he German?
No. He is. I'm trying to use South African Dutch.
Okay.
Right to say goodbye.
So that one's for him. Very niche.
That's for you, guy. Congratulations. All right, guys, we're out. Everybody, you know, stay dangerous or healthy or not or whatever.
Keep the gun legs running.
Yeah, keep them. God damn it, that was a good ending.